Okay, breathing. You asked me a question. So this is one of the most important bits of technique that you need to learn for any sport. But in weight training, it's very important. If you get it right, it's not difficult. Once you learn the basics, and it's pretty much the same for every single exercise you could do, from squats to bicep curls, pull downs, chest press, everything. It's not difficult because there's only two ways you can breathe: out and in and out. And most exercises have got two main directions of movement. And so let's look at the bicep curl, okay? So two different movements. There's the power, there's different terms for this, there's different names for this, but let's keep it simple. I don't like it when I watch some Americans and they're like, "Hello, I'm a doctor of physiotherapy and I've got my maximus gluteus, blah, 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 blah," and they go on and on and on. They just blind you with long words. Like, you don't need to know this shit. You don't need to know what it's called. Basics is, there's the power bit, right? Power. And then there's the retraction, or the bit where you're actually doing less effort. But that part, the second part, is just as important as the first part. It's all balance. So there's the power bit, and then there's the return. So there's the main move, and then there's a return back to the start position. Every exercise has got a start position. A start position is really important. If you forget how to do an exercise, all you got to remember is where the start position is, and you'll usually remember them. Okay. I use that a lot in Pilates. I know the start position. I pick up a dumbbell and I can automatically do it because I practiced it, and there I am, I'm ready, okay? And I will then breathing, okay? It's quite good to fill your lungs before the start of anything, all right? Now, I mentioned earlier in one of your videos that you blew out just before you started. This is good, particularly when you're doing heavy weight and big muscles, because that first blow empties the lungs, all right? It's difficult to actually understand why this happens, but say my hand is the lung, right? If I blow out suddenly, it goes like that. And if I blow out and start to breathe in straight away, right, you get that motion. If I start from here and I don't breathe out, it goes like this. Now, for some reason, for some scientific medical reason, blowing out so it shrinks suddenly just before you take a deep breath means that you are able to get more air into your lungs in one breathe in. More air into the lungs means more oxygen in your bloodstream, and this is a very fast physiological process. It's an amazing, human body is amazing. It's like I breathe in and that oxygen is now in my bloodstream, and you can feel it. If you're weird like me, you can feel it happening. So it's like, and the heart is pumping the blood around the body, the lungs are putting the oxygen into the blood. It's like injecting oxygen into your bloodstream. This actually gives more power to the muscles. and it's almost instant. Remember adrenaline, okay? So the brain, when the brain receives a shock, it might be someone is coming towards you and they're just going to hit you with a bottle or something. Happened to me a lot when I was younger. They're going to hit you with a bottle. If you see someone in front of you about to hit you with a bottle, you go, oh! And that moment, in that split moment, your brain produces adrenaline and it injects it extremely fast into the blood. It happens in a microsecond. And what that does is it makes you 3 times more strong, 3 times more flexible. Your adrenaline increases your reactions, your strength, your pain tolerance, everything for a few seconds. It can last minutes, actually. It can even last hours. When you're boxing, when I did a boxing fight when I was younger, I told you, I was so high on adrenaline for hours afterwards because, you know, this guy's trying to fucking kill you and you're, and, you know, you're breathing as well. You've got to control the breathing and everything. And at the end, you get like 3-minute rounds and then a 1 minute, 2 minute break and then another 3-minute round. And each time you come out for a round, as soon as the punches start, the adrenaline's going boom, boom, boom. And in a way, it's a similar thing. When you're breathing, it's very quick. It's not as quick as adrenaline. Adrenaline is the fastest reaction in the human body. And so when you're breathing, it's maybe a couple of seconds, I think. And then that blood, the oxygen's in your blood. Right, understand that. Out, in, right, sorry, I did that wrong. Out, in, start the exercise. Right, then in, out, in, out. In, out. Now, when you're getting tired, you get into the burn, the last few, and I'm really bad for this, you can actually make a noise, okay? So I would do something like, right? In karate, when they hit you, okay, if you want to do like this one, the standard karate punch, okay, it might look something like this. It might not, but here you go. So, breathe. Relax. Always, if you're relaxed in football, in boxing, Muhammad Ali, always relaxed, dancing around, right? Your muscles are more efficient. As soon as you get tense, then your slower reactions and your muscles are less efficient, right? So if you want to deliver maximum power, if you're going to hit a ball, score a goal, always look at the top professionals, Ronaldo's and all that, at the point where they produce their magic on the pitch and they hit a bloody goal and everyone goes mental. It's like something God sent down. It's incredible. You can see it. And occasionally always they are relaxed. Look at them. They're not, nothing like this. They're like flowing, really smooth. And they look calm. Same way in karate, they don't look panicky. They're not like, they're just calm. And that's because they know if they relax and they control their breathing. Controlling your breathing is a way of relaxing, okay? Meditation, stuff like that. So like I was doing on the bicep just then, Wah! I said, when you're doing the burn and you're breathing out, sometimes if you shout, wah, or like anything, right, then it actually increases slightly the speed at which the air leaves your lungs. And this means that when you come to breathe in, you're going to breathe in 5 or 10% more oxygen. Now, 5% more oxygen on every rep is 5% more power from your muscle, okay? So you do more reps, you're stronger, okay? And this is what it's about: technique, efficiency, breathing, relax. And after lots of training, you're getting to this point now, you start to do all of this stuff without even thinking about it. You can do it in your sleep. You don't have to think about it anymore. Like the karate people, they learn all the moves to the point where they don't actually think about it. When they're in a fight, someone will go to hit them, and they automatically know how to block and turn and retaliate. Yeah, the same as boxing. You've learned it all. You've rehearsed it. It's burned on your memory, and so you don't act on the pitch. You don't want to be thinking, now do I turn that way or turn this way? Do I bend my knees? If it's too late, they fucking scored now, right? Now in the karate, it's like, yeah, I could do this, right? If I breathe out, I'll do it wrong. I'll breathe out like someone's just kicked me in the belly, right? And then, right, that's wrong. But proper karate, okay, someone will go kick me in the belly, I'll just lean back, go like that. I'll fill my lungs naturally without thinking about it. I just did then. And I know there's a punch coming, so I'm filling my lungs, and then I'm going, Pwah! Okay? Sorry, did I make you jump? All right, enough shit. So here you go. So back to this, right? In. Sorry, that was out. Out. Right, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth is one good technique. You don't have to. Often people ask, do I breathe through my nose or through my mouth? Well, it depends. If you've got a cold, a blocked nose, then maybe, obviously you've only got the mouth, unless you breathe through your ass or something, or your ear. But look, okay. Similarly with bench press, if I was lying on my back, right, breathe out, fill the chest, all right. So this movement with the bicep curl is just like that movement with the chest press, and the lowering down with the chest press is just like that with the bicep curl. In the downside, you're breathing in, and in the downside, you're breathing in. And when you get to the bottom, you'll feel that stretch on the chest. And there's tight feelings, you can't get any more air in. And then okay? Oh, one more thing, just to put some polish on that. Sometimes, and I don't know why, it's good to go with the power ones, like squats, chest, not so much for biceps, but I'll do it with biceps, right? When you get to the burn, around about the end of the set, see what happened? Instead of one smooth outward breathing, like that, at the point where I'm hitting failure, I'm like, I can't do it. If you start going, right, you're pushing out jerks of breath, and that actually gets you past that block, that wall you've just hit. And why that works is a bit, I don't know. It's got to do with lungs and bloodstream, okay, and how quickly that oxygen's getting into your bloodstream. And that little bit of injection of oxygen, minute, is just enough to tip you past that failure point and get you another rep or two. Good. And the last tip on breathing is don't smoke. You're a wanker if you do that.